certain codes of certain people are totally different and against all organized beliefs. When you go to the practical life, you can understand most of them what is said by writers, poets, and the religious leaders are all humbug. You have to go to the people who have tested it. One such person is Arthur Christopher Orme Plummer, born on 13 December 1929 in Toronto, in Canada. Died on 5th February 2021 in Connecticut in the United States of America. Was a Canadian actor. His career spanned 7 decades, gaining recognition for his performances in film, television, and stage. Arthur Christopher Plummer said, I think anger does fuel a successful acting career. To play the great roles, you have to learn how to blaze. People always believed anger, and anger. Anger destroys a lot of things. The medical journals have got enough of writings about anger. Those who have anger, the blood pressure increases, diseases enters the body, and so and so. And here is an experienced man is trying to tell when he wanted to act deeply. I think anger does fuel a successful acting career, not the destructive anger. But to act a particular role, you have to burn up your body to the extremes of temperature. That is anger. BG Kavita was the All India national champion. She used to tell me, morning my father gets very angry and he screams and shouts. And he takes the car and he goes to his HAL office. The moment he reaches the HAL office, he keeps on calling me mommy and said, did you have your food? Did you take bath? What shall I bring for her? 3 4 times till evening he keeps on calling because the anger he wanted to make sure that anger was not to destroy her. He got his work done because of his anger, but he has to cool his wife's feelings. They kept on acting behind. That anger was a beautiful way of trying to tell the wife, I love you, trying to connect the love relationship with the wife. And she felt so happy. And she kept on telling us, her daughter, look, he will call me again another 10 minutes. Again after 10 minutes, he'll call and say, did you have your food? Did you go do this one? Did you do that one? Till it cools. The blade that was not destructive anger. The whole society kept on telling me that I am an angry man. And all the roles Amitabh Bachchan done was the angry roles, the angry man roles. And have you seen the whole of India is deep in love with that person called Amitabh Bachchan? I think to a certain extent he's the only one living God. No other saint has got that kind of style and beauty. Arthur Christopher Orme Plummer said, I think anger does fuel a successful acting career. Throughout the history of Zen, throughout the history of the Japanese, they kept on telling, strike when the rod is hot, it happens. Only when you burn your body to the extremes, you work, You get passionately in love. Love making is not hurry-burry gooseberry. The building will crash. The love making is a warming up and a stretching exercise and the key horns and the stamina workout and then the committee and then only the rentraku and the cutters and the finishing touches goes. After the finishing touch, again a round of coffee with stretching and a hot bath, together a hot water bath and the drink. It involves. They keep on telling me before going to the stage that the person should practice 1,000 times. A child should practice 1,000 times before he could even enter the classroom. 1,000 times. That makes them to understand the quality of that heat. And the heat melts for you to get so much of sweat. In our Karnataka, we have a saying, Bevru is called sweat. Person who sweats, nobody says anything. They fall in love with that person, especially this social media. They take his pictures and show his body cuts, sweat. You cannot put cream in his body, that original sweat. Everybody knows the sweat of the athletes. They go very close to smell it. It's perfume. And in Karnataka, they call you, if you don't sweat, they call you Beveresi. Beveresi means stupid monkey, you are not sweated, means good for nothing. It's very dangerous. The whole Japanese system and the Zen keeps on telling this one story, the collapse of every family, the collapse of every company, the collapse of every successful people who are trying to be more successful is because they see the smoke. They reach up to the smoke, the engineers, the doctors, the political leaders. The moment they win the election, the moment they become an engineer or doctor, the moment they become managing director or chairman, the moment they sit like me in the chair and start giving discourse and people start touching their feet, they think they are reached a higher stage. No, that is the time you have seen the smoke. And that is the time you have started the first day of your work. Like in martial arts, they say they give you white belt, blue belt, yellow belt, green belt, brown belt. And when you get your black belt, you have only started. The black belt is only the smoke. And from there is the start. You have started to work. Not all this was stages of your rehearsals before you could go to the stage. And after the smoke, you have to walk to the extreme speed. Now you cannot slow down. Many people stop seeing the smoke to take a coffee and they think there is no other life beyond that. And they get deceased and they complain to others. At that stage, go to the extreme power push. If you have seen the smoke, the body don't need any more hard labor. It is just wow. It is greased so beautifully. You can just penetrate easily, yes, without any effort. And then when you see the fire, let it burn to the extremes. And Arthur Christopher Plummer said, I could act in any way, because when the extremes body is in the extremes of fire, you can melt anything. The acting can take any character. The gold which melted can take any form what people wants, and varieties of ornaments. That varieties ornaments is the rainwater harvesting, the solar, the wind energy. Poverty is totally wiped out. There is not a drop, no tech swim is not a drop to be spilled out. Neither you can find a pin shit in a cup of vanilla ice cream. Arthur Christopher Plummer said, I think anger does fuel a successful acting career. To play the great roles, you have to learn how to blaze.